It is now time to move to the next session, the emerging threat from bioweapons. And inaugurating this session and delivering an address on behalf of the host nation is Ambassador Sunjay Sudhir, India's ambassador to the UAE.
He is the ambassador of India to the United Arab Emirates. Delivering an address on behalf of the host nation is Sunjay Sudhir.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm indeed delighted to be with you all at the 5th WION Global Summit. I would like to begin by conveying my heartfelt condolences to His Highness Sheikh Khalifa, who passed away just a few days back. Our President, Shri Ramnath Kovind, Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, and a lot of senior dignitaries in India have conveyed their deep condolences. Yesterday, our Vice President, Shri Venkaiah Naidu, was himself present in Abu Dhabi to convey his condolences on his personal behalf and also on behalf of the Government of India, as well as the large Indian population which stays in the UAE. His heartfelt condolences to President His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Over the years, WION Global Summit has developed into a wonderful platform to discuss global issues, particularly peace. Today's life is not as simple or as black and white as war and peace. Threats to peace are increasing by the day, whether it is through bioweapons or internet or terrorism, particularly state-sponsored terrorism. There are so many ways which threaten peace in the world today. The importance of peace has never been more than what it is today because of the challenges we face. And I think Dubai is perhaps the best venue where these issues could be discussed. UAE has led by example, I must say. Over the years, you would have seen that the peace initiatives they have taken, for instance, the Abraham Accord signed with Israel, was quite a landmark agreement, which was intended to start a different era of peace, which would have been very hard to imagine some years back. You would have also seen the peace overtures made by the UAE to Qatar, to Turkey, to Iran, and so many other countries, which again might have been a little difficult to imagine a few years back. I think UAE has adopted a very proactive policy as far as cultivating peace, strengthening peace, enlarging its circle of friends is concerned. I think it's quite an example for all of us. India has always been a big advocate for peace. India is the land of Gandhi. And that's what our message has been over centuries and over millennia. Our government position, the position of our leadership, has always been to give peace a chance and to promote peace with whatever means are available. You would have seen that during the Ukraine crisis, our consistent position has been cessation of hostilities and to work on peace through diplomacy and negotiations. Conflicts always come at a price, sometimes at a very high price, even for countries which have nothing to do with the conflict. For instance, the Ukraine conflict for the moment is having a very adverse impact on countries across the world. In some countries, there are issues of food security. In other countries, economies are very adversely impacted because of rising crude prices. There are breakdowns in global supply chains. I think this is a time when we have to recognize the fact that regardless of where the conflict is, the impact of conflict can be much more widespread. While media today is full of stories about Ukraine, but Ukraine is not the only conflict the world is seeing or the world has seen in the past. There have been so many conflicts which have come at very heavy costs to human lives, to economies, and to the world at large. I think it's time that we all put our heads together and find sustainable ways forward to have enduring peace. Before I conclude, I would like to share a few thoughts about India-UAE relationship, which has historically been very close and very warm. However, in the last 7-8 years, it has got completely transformed. You will recall that in January 2017, the two countries signed a comprehensive strategic partnership agreement. For India, this was the first such agreement with any country of the Middle East. And since then, the effort has been to further deepen and widen the relationship. A couple of months back, the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement was signed, and the CEPA entered into force on the 1st of May. We expect this agreement to completely change the economic landscape of our relationship. We are very confident that it will go well beyond trade, into investments, technology sharing, and so many other beneficial areas. On 18th of February, when CEPA was also signed during the virtual summit between our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi and Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, another very important statement came out, and this was the vision statement. It's in public domain, many of you might have seen it. This vision document actually lays out the roadmap for a relationship for the years and decades to come, and touches on several areas which are pretty new and contemporary. And the effort and the commitment has been to work on areas of existing strength, but also develop cooperation in areas in which we have not worked so far, but then they are so important, like renewable energy, green hydrogen, areas of education, areas of defense, areas of strategic cooperation, building up food corridors, and so many other things. So looking ahead, I think our relationship will move from strength to strength. Once again, I wish the WION Global Summit all success. And I am very confident that you will be able to find some pathways for global peace.